Because none of them could go all the way around and still land in the same house to do a roundup like this. So with spacebar, excommunication at 0 point, get rid of these fucking asshole narcissists for hubris. You land nowhere.
Darkness around?
What darkness?
The darkness. Why everything's always in the dark? Did you find that one out?
No.
There you go.
Alright, say it to me now.
He is, in a lot of his dreams, is always in the dark.
Yeah.
And he wasn't understanding, like, why he's always in the dark. And the one recently, when he was in the daytime, they were being chased by something, but it was in the daytime. They didn't know what it was. But most of them, all with Jerry, are all in the dark.
Honestly, that sounds a lot to me like what a lot of us are dealing with. I think that's not to take it from you and say that it's not personal for you, but to say that that personal experience that you're having is even more personal because some of us are having it with you, where that dream in the dark. Let me give you another way to think about this. How many times have you had a dream where it almost seems like it makes sense, but while you're dreaming, you're knowing that by the time you explain it, it's not going to make hella sense at all. And then, when you remember it and you're trying to talk to people about it, it's like, I can't even say it because it makes no sense, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what's happening right now is the part that was the whole in all of those other dreams that you had that you almost thought made sense, that were naturalized enough for you at the point that you perceive as time to make sense, because right now we're coming out of the thing that never got written for us. This is what I've been trying to explain, and it's very difficult to explain to people who don't have faith like you do, especially if you haven't actually studied some of the more esoteric sides of what Theosophy has taught a person like me in all of the world religions. Why I have actually been a practicing Baha'i who does not have a religion, so to speak, but who has studied all of them. I've studied all of the 7 world major religions enough before I even took on the title Reverend, because I didn't think it was right to only study one and then act like I had reverence for anything, okay? And so what I'm telling you is, when you walked through that entire cloud, and I've actually been dead too, and you jump out like this on this side, when I hear people having the dream that seems like it's in the dark all of a sudden and you're hearing things, or like you're running from something that's not there, but you're hearing it and it's like it kind of doesn't make sense either, for me, that makes the most sense, because it's proof that some of us were in a sleeper cell together that was scorched. One little dot that didn't happen anywhere else, that nobody else touched, opened up, where we all polyrifferated is actually the word, and became these distinct operative beings like we are. Humanoid. I wouldn't even say human. You're an angel that grew up on ear thing. You know, earth, ear thing. You know, we hear it, and it spoke a creative form into substance like this. So, you're actually coming through a vortex of energy, or a wormhole that doesn't happen that way, where there's chunks that never made sense in any of the other dreams that kind of made sense were wrapped around. And that's kind of like your Dead Sea wrap. And now it's turning into a skin peel. We're going to be peeling into some new skin, some of us. And so, in my opinion, what you're actually experiencing is the day that never happened. And the dream that never happened, that proves that you're kind of like the crack. You're the code that got cracked. You're like the crack. You're like that one little crack where nothing actually broke. It's like you cracked it. And so now you're in the dark space where it's like being in the void of the primordial womb, where we are creating selective determination, a new way to be, versus the old dream where we all woke up, where, remember that falling dream that you've had where it's like somebody either pushed you or you fall and you're like, jump? We all had that. That is the fall that they talk about in the book of Genesis, where we're looking for the Nephilim. And so you have had those dreams because we were all initiated to wake up in that one nightmare where none of us agreed to it. And we're emerging from the sleeper cell as the polyreferrated form that has a self-determinate process that is entering into a new modality. And so some of these dreams that you're having are proving that you've actually been waking up in a dynamic meditation and a prayer. And I would venture that some of this, I'm not trying to take this away from you, Nick. You might hate me for saying it, but I just have to tell you. The more awoke you become in this, the less you actually sleep. The more that you're going to be waking up in that dream space and hearing things and feeling things and speaking to people and realizing that you're the minister. And some of this, it's almost like you're catching people that are in that dark space that might be afraid, that might be traveling. Kind of like whatever thing might have awoken you to the dynamic experience with Gary, where it just kind of like bumped you and you're like, wow, why am I hearing from him all of a sudden? Did something happen? And it's like you're feeling that it's like something tugs on your energy. And so when you're having this dark space right now, I just want you to encourage you to maybe have a little piece of paper or a notebook or your cell phone where you can like record a message. Look at what time it is. See what time it is in the morning. Jot it down. If you want, get back in touch with me. I'll look at it. Because sometimes there are things that are happening at these specific times where you are actually being indoctrinated to a certain form of ministry that other people didn't realize that they had been initiated into. And if you keep finding yourself in this place, it's sort of like realizing that you might have risen to the challenge to help yourself and other people wake up from a nightmare where we don't choose to be induced that way, where now we're in an open black space where you're more empowered in a sort of material form that came out of 5D into a third density resonance. People keep talking about going into 5D. I don't think that's so great. They're talking about 5G data that's coming into a density form. You want to be in 3D with 5D protected halo around you. And so that's what I think that you're actually creating there. And what I would recommend is meditative time, if any of this is resonating to you, because I think it will actually help you. You might think I'm crazy for saying this, but I always recommend to those in my group, I have a 2-hour per day meditation team that meet with me privately, and eventually they become dynamic meditators where it's like I just feel them around me.
I told you I don't know how to meditate. I don't.
Hi. It feels like you meditate very well because, Angelique, a lot of times, I hate to tell you, darling, but you're actually here with me, like meditating with me. A lot of times where I actually feel you here in the space, and here we go. There we go. Can you see me okay? There we go.
Oh, here's Jennifer. She's the one.
Hi, Jennifer. It's good to see you, sweetie.
Hi. This is my social butterfly. Oh my God, no.
Remember, I'm the one that's supposed to be comfortable.
Sorry, no, I was pulling here. Oh yeah. Yeah. So.
Well, did that help?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, like some of this stuff, it was just like I was just so like frustrated for like weeks, and I'm just like, I don't know what it is. I'm sorry, I cannot deal with this right now. It's so much. I still have so much stuff I got to do. It's just like, and I'm just like, I couldn't do it. I'm just like,
yeah, you're having some cognitive stuff too, though. But every 88 days, they send Mercury up in dots all around us, and it induces a magnetosphere. And so you're a bioenergetic being, anything biomechanical, energetic,
It's
tends to
funny.
feel a little off. And in about 4 or 5 days, you're going to feel much better
Oh yeah.
because we'll have been through the post shadow enough. Like on the 12th, Mercury just went direct, and so it's kind of like if you're like feeling jump, like a jump energy. It's like if you're in an elevator and you feel that wobble at the end like that.
Mhm.
That's what it's like when that planet stations direct again, and then it sends like a wobble into all of the metallic particles that we feel in our body too, and that's like all in the area. And so sometimes it makes your cognitive function like trying to get it together when you got a list of things to do, there's things you want to do, and then it's like, I can't do it, I drank all the coffee and I can't get it together. And that's what happens. And it's like they're running this experiment on us every 88 days, and then it's like for 3 to 4 weeks, and then like 2 weeks ahead, 2 weeks behind, you got the sandwich of screwed up where you can't get it together. And so you're kind of coming out of that. You're going to feel better in about 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel better tomorrow when you sleep. I'm not telling you you're not going to feel better, but I mean you're going to feel a lot better in about 4 or 5 sleeps.
Yeah. What was it? I just know there's someone around in like the past week and a half. Like just things have been falling, or I was laying on the couch one time and something had like was throwing. I'm like, I was like, did you throw something? He's like, no. I was like, I threw something. I don't like it. So yeah, I look crazy in my house sometimes because it sounds like I'm talking to myself. And I just have to tell him, leave me alone. I'm not even go away. That's not the way to talk to me. Oh, it's like, and I know sometimes it's my mom, or things that like come up missing here and there, and I'm like, it's my daughter. She'll take it and she'll hide it, and I'm like, I'm not in the mood. Where is it? I was like, where is it? And then it'll show up.
Well, this is always the time that's going to happen, too. It's like every 88 days. It's like lost and found. Something either goes lost or it goes found because it's like a magnet. Look, let me show you this. This is what this is. If you have magnets together, sometimes you can't even help it because, look, everything is magnetic. And if you put two magnets that don't want to be together, they're going to push each other away if they're facing the wrong direction. If they're facing the right direction, they're going to come together. Sometimes things are going to crash. Sometimes things are going to like literally be pulled together and seem like something got haunted in your house. And you're like, well, where the hell did that go? How did it go there? These things are magnetic. This is what I'm proving. Covert video analysis. They're not telling you what this is. This is a psychic analysis on how reality got augmented. We have advances in AI where VR, virtual reality, has become an augmentation. And
my mom's been since I was little, so
yes, and so things are going to move. Your kids are going to change. You're going to change. Oh, the timer is going off here. But some of your stuff's going to go missing, and the best thing that you can do is make more time for yourself. And so here's what I'm going to recommend for you, darling. We need to get you meditating. And I'm not going to be one of these people that gets weird and tells you that you only have to do it a certain way. In fact, I'm just going to recommend that you do it consistently.
Yeah, but you have it's just the problems. I'm like going, spend a lot of time with myself, so.
Would you listen to something if I sent you something personally that you could listen to? I have something that I would recommend that I'll tell you, some of my clients that have had challenges with doing like just sitting and meditating, it's not for everybody to meditate the same way. We have different constitutions, and for some of us, there are different things that we need to do. However, the focus and putting in like the amount of consistency in what we'll call time when you smush it together is really important because it actually helps to develop this in an integrative way. And I don't care if you're doing one or the other. I just want to know that you're doing the one that's best for you consistently, because if you are, and it's something that you can continue doing, you're going to get the benefit. It doesn't really do anything for me unless it's doing something for you too. And so I'm going to be selfish, you would say, I want to be benefited too. And so I want you to do the best one for you. And I know that we open source that way. So let me tell you what I think would be great for you. Because I know you like music.
Oh, yeah.
There's two. One of them is some more like pranic or yogic stuff that you can do where it sounds like a song, but it's like a mantra. And it's in Sanskrit. They're going to be speaking in another language, but if you start hearing it over and over again, it's weird what you're going to hear between it. You don't speak that language, you don't think, and you don't need to. You'll start hearing things in English where you're going to be like, did I just hear that? It's going to help you tune your psychic senses. And I want you to try this one because they're maybe like 15 to 30 minutes where you can just sit there and listen to it and maybe just read the screen and turn that into your meditation. The other thing that I'm going to send you, I need to find the right link. I've got some that, now that you have your new cell phone, I'm going to recommend that you put the recording, save it on your cell phone, and like your headphones or whatever you use, just make the time for yourself. And this is one where you can just sit there and like lay there and listen to it. That's all you have to do is just lay there and listen to it. It's guided. He'll take you through it. It might put you to sleep. In fact, if it does, it's one of the best ones to sleep to because it will help unwind your 12-strand DNA from the false clock. From like, I will talk about astrology terms and stuff like that, but I have to like erase what it does because it's like the other side of a medical guide to unwind your brain. And so I have a really good meditation that I can give you where it's by a clinical psychotherapist, actually. It's Steve G. Jones. He's a clinical hypnotherapist. He's also a doctor, and I trust it very much. And so I would like to send you that as a gift and just recommend that at night when you're going to bed, just put on your headphones. Do you have like little earbuds?
I have that. I'm in the process of buying those because I had some and then I have no idea like what happened to my headphones or any of my speakers, and I'm just like,
that's okay. That's okay. But when you get them, this particular one, you need to have either headphones or earbuds on for it to actually work the best. Otherwise, it doesn't really work that well. But so that one we'll take our time on, but I'm going to send it to you. The other one, you can just listen to it, like on your computer or whatever, and just listen to it. And what it's going to help you do, if you focus on this one, I want you to at least do this one once a day. Once a day.
That's easy.
Okay? It's a cool song. And you might like some other ones too. And as a mother, I think this one's going to be helpful for you because it's got like really good mama vibe on what the deity stands for. And so I'll send you a couple of things. Excuse me. And then, we'll start, when you get your headphones, let me know, and I'll send you this other one because I think you should be doing that one at least 3 times per
I should get them tomorrow.
song. Beautiful. Well, then definitely I'll have an email to you by then because I've got to put this together for your father.
Right.
I've got a recording. Yeah, I saw. I'm going to take this recording and I'm going to edit and I will put it up on YouTube on an unlisted link for you guys.
Okay.
And then in the email I'll send you some links to those meditations too. Okay, my dear. There have been so many particle extortionists that this is how the roundup goes. You have to be able to come back to the same place and you've created the entire sound station around you. I'm back in the same location, all the way through. So some of you all materialized inside of the dark dream. Remember how they don't match? Now they're going to match better. It's like some of that stuff you don't want to match to it. These are things grabbing at particles. So it's the end. Have a look at this. Some of you all might have been exposed to this thing called a thief in the night. Here's your 203 on 8004 lock for a 911 that didn't happen in 1973. So none of these things freaking happen. I'm going to show you what this looks like to me. Let's pull you into the house. Pull you into the house. We'll do it this way. Open this one up. I'll show you what I'm doing here in a minute. Just gonna. Some of these are kind of weird. I don't subscribe to or believe in any of this stuff. I've been raised around it.
This has been an opportunity for us to abandon stupidity, superstition, and to integrate on an energetic componentry level that is now supported by nanotech. That's tight. So this was part of my studies as Baha'i, somebody who's actually walked the path in observation as a reverend of the 7 major religions and quite a few others. There's a diverse and sundry array of real I not poked out for those books now. For me to have picked, to have been chosen by the moo slimming effect. I know who protected me with a prayer. This is called A Thief in the Night.
That some alien force from outside our system has declared war on our planet.
A lien on the home. First lien position. Forcing attacks on me? Oncology, like this.
Now to the screen comes a powerful story of Bible prophecy.
I know what's going on. It's evil, but I'm not going to join it.
A Thief in the Night is coming from Mark IV Pictures in color.
I had to pull my brain out of this one and play Austin to prenup marriage that I didn't agree to with somebody claiming intelligence in DIA over this book. So who killed this one? That's what I want to know about. Let's watch A Distant Thunder. Here's the other one. See, these are the weird nightmares that you all were being pulled through, and I was on call.
The motion picture you are about to experience is fiction. The prophecy is not.
I would rather have been scared into heaven than have to go through this.
Mark IV Pictures presents A Distant
He ain't a van.
A story of
He ain't a vent.
tribulation at the end
She ain't a van, and she ain't a vent either.
Everlasting life.
It begins where A Thief in the Night ended.
Eve gets a real fork on this one that she wants. For the ear. And being in the ER like that. Split water. You know, this day that I'm recording this has already happened, and never to. It's the day for C answer. This is a new prescription from doctor. Okay. I'm gonna see what this image of the beast looks like. Hey, try the currency on demonetization channels. You know, you were tube tied by those secret people. I sold you your eye back.
This prophetic series was A Thief in the Night. Then came A Distant Thunder. And now, the mightiest of them all, Image of the Beast.
He's giving mankind what we really all
How he got the silver strands there. That is the Nephilim.
Image of the Beast from Mark IV Pictures.
Do you know what you can do with celluloid? Can sell you a low idea. I'm gonna fork real low on that one, sure. I have medium-term notes going around right now to prove what my medium and long-term notes are, because I'm proving an actual currency on a mitochondrial light release right now, and untethering us from this stupid idea where they can dig their way all in. Ow, huh? Did you gore your way into that plan in front of E.T.? Do you know what plan E.T. means to me, sir? Your epididymis didn't land like that. Let's just watch that one. Here, have a little trailer. Bro, stated.
Mark IV Pictures presents The Prodigal Planet. The Tribulation Saga continues to show a God.
Have you seen the 7-year Tribulation Cam on YouTube.com? You go to madmommycam.fatheroftribes.com. You'll see the intelligence experiment, where you didn't lamp it like that. The tribulation's already been wrapped up, and that's... Thank you for advanced home security. Yes, you proved you don't break water like this.
You can receive the gift of salvation.
The gift of the deluge. The go Christing yourself to sleep, and the rap turds.
The opportunity for a second chance now would appear to be about zero.
Chance already happened. You've been scrolling yourself in and out. Agonizingly bad programming, spoken word. And you fracked yourself into these things, and you're... They pulled!
and do battle with Satan and his forces during the tribulation.
NASA teed for Bad Santa on that Satan thing. And I have lifted up your whole communications network.
An awesome motion picture in 2 parts from Mark IV Pictures. Once you've seen it, you'll
Mark of the Beast for the fork. Got it? Yeah. This is not happening. This is the Kurdish Republic. We've reprogrammed data entry points on a submolecular level. These things are being layered. This is a special form of surgery. And now it's ooh-la. Thank you for playing Bitcoin Billions.us, where you and I were never averse, and I approved of every loop and every curse. Curse I've approved, you know? Some of you had no idea how important it was to learn about what these big things are. Or CIBC'd you, Royal Bank of Canada today, on a medium-term note that performed and outperformed every long and short-term note that the real Trump has never, ever been happy with. So check on that, because there's this little thing here that proves what this blue vein is here, and what was written in and out, and where those rat turds either look like a eye or an ear connect to the cell phone ear on the other side of someone's laptop. So did you click or did you flick? And were you somebody that walked through the plasma with me, or you got killed that way? Or are you claiming dominion somewhere else? Great idea. I'm only here for the angels now, so if you're one of mine, thank you. Love you.
Promise that you'll catch me.